Hello. Door close Lakshmi. Okay. Hi everyone. I'm going to start the session. Did everybody able to see my screen and did everybody able to hear my voice, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm starting.
Yes.
Okay. Today some of the people joined newly to the session. Just I'm going to brief about the Blue Prism again one more time, and again later I will share the videos whatever I had covered on last two classes. Now let me brief about the Blue Prism. Blue Prism. Now what is the Blue Prism tool? Now Now, what is a Blue Prism tool? Blue Prism tool is used to Blue Prism tool is one of the RPA tool. By using a Blue Prism tool, where we can automate the any kind of manual process and where we can automate the any human actions. Whatever the in industry. Now in industry we have the n number of business process to automate that particular business process. Whatever done manually when manually by the employees now that can be automated by using the Blue Prism tool. Blue Prism tool. Now, when it comes to the Blue Prism tool, where you have the different features like a home, studio, control, dashboard, releases, system. Like this, you have a different features inside the Blue Prism. By use now each and every feature have the each and every feature we will use inside the development and all. But when it comes to the core development, when it comes to the core development of the automation, we will do complete core development under the studio where we have the under the studio where we have the two options, that is called process studio and the object studio, and where we have the control room and we have the dashboard and and releases and the system. Now let's come back to the studio directly. Now when it comes to the studio, why do we have the two different features? Why do we have the process studio and why do we have the object studio? Now what is the use of these three different options? Now why can't only one feature? Why do we have the two different feature inside the studio? Now, when it comes to the automation point of view, where we use the two options, two features of a studio, process studio and object studio, but there is a specific features for the each and every process studio and the object studio. Now, for suppose take an example where you have the one process going to be automated. Now, in that particular project where you have the four applications. Now, always number of applications is equal to number of objects. For suppose in your project you have a four application where you have to create the four different objects. Now those four different objects where you will map it as a process, where you will map it as a process inside the process studio. Now if you now where we can create the process studio by now where you can right click and create the object, or like a where you have one more option where you can go to the file and you can click a new and you can choose the process or the object whichever you want to create. For suppose I am creating object, now right click here and create object, give the name of the object, give the name of the object, object 1 or object 1 2. Now when it comes to the best practice and naming conventions of the object studio is always we give the application name as a object name. Why? Because we are using the object to interact with the application. That's why I told number of applications is equal to number of objects. Number of applications is equal to number of objects. Now click on a next. Click on next. Now click on a finish. Finish. Now where you can see it's created one object called object 1 2. Object 1 2. Now if you open this object 1 2, where you will be having a now this is the UI of the object studio where you can develop the main solution related to the application and all. Now you can see here the right this side, these are the stages, we call these as a stages. By using these stages where you can automate the solution, we are now when it comes to the automation point when it comes to the Blue Prism point of view, automation means where we are not going to write any code, where we are not going to write any coding here. We are going to use these stages, we are going to use these stages, we call it as stages. By using these stages where I will automate the application. Now how I can able to automate the application? For suppose how I can able to interact with the application. Now We have two things. We have an object and we have the process. Can I able to interact with the application through the process? No, we cannot able to interact through with the application by using the process studio. That's why we have the object. Now only by using the object studio I can able to interact with the application. How I can able to interact means by using the application modeler. We have a feature called here application modeler. Now by using the application modeler where I will interact with the application. Now when it comes to interacting with the application, let's choose like a now yesterday I have created one object. Let's see that object I will open. In yesterday class we have created one object called, now this is my object application2 underscore object. Let's open this. If you double click it will get open. Now you can see here, you can see the object. Now as soon as you create any object there will be 3 default pages. We call as these pages are like initialize, cleanup and action 1. Each and every page have the individual feature. Now initialize we have the feature, and cleanup there is a different feature, and action 1 is a different feature. Now like this where you can create the n number of pages like this: new, action 2, new, action 3. Like this you can create the multiple pages. Now as I told, how I can able to interact with the application? I can able to interact with the application by using the application modeler. Let's click on application modeler. Here if you see, now just open the application. Now I am opening one application. I have one web application. Now I want to automate this application. I want to automate this login to the application. Just login into the application. How we will log into the application? We'll go to the username text box and we will go to the username text box. We'll enter the username and we'll go to the password text box. We'll enter the password and we'll go to the login button and we'll click on a login button. The same way how human do. My automation, my Blue Prism bot, my Blue Prism also can able to do the same kind of actions. How it will means, now I have an application modeler. How my application modeler will help means, my application modeler will go and identify the elements of the application. We call as a element. Now this is the label element, this is the text box element, this is the label element, this is the password text box element, and this is the button element. Now where my application modeler will help only to identify the elements of the application, where you can see here I identified 3 elements. One is the username text box, password text box, and login button. Now after identifying, now only it will help you to identify the elements. Now if you want to do the action on it, now you action in the sense, entering the username is the one action, entering the password is the one more action, clicking the button is the one more action. Now how I can able to do those actions? That actions will be done in the object studio. By using what? By using the stages. Now let's think, for suppose you don't have this one. Now first, when it comes to the first action, what I want to do, now for suppose, now you want to log into the Gmail. Now what you do, to log into the Gmail, first you will open the Gmail. Into the browser. Means like you are launching the Gmail in a browser. Same way now I am going to log into some different application. Now to log into the different application, for that particular application, first I have to launch that application. How I can launch the application? Whatever I integrated by using the application modeler. How I can launch? By using the navigate stage. We have a navigate stage here. Now drag and drop the navigate stage. If you double click this navigate stage, where this is the UI of your navigate stage. Now where you will be having a name description, and the elements. Now these elements, from where it's you got it, the elements you have identified in the application modeler. Now give this as a launch, you are giving as a name as a launch. Now what I'm going to launch? My application. Now drag and drop this under the element, and action. What kind of action? I'm going to do the launch action. Now click on a save. Where it's created the stage. Now one more. Now after launching the application, what I want to do? I want to write the username on that particular application. Now what kind of action I'm going to do? I'm going to write the username on the text box. Now where I can choose directly write stage. I'm going to write something on the application. That's why I will choose the write stage. Now double click on it, and you have here this is the UI of your write stage. Now where give the, always when it comes to the naming conventions of the write stage. Always write underscore username. Now I am going to write the username. Give as a user name and drag and drop the username element under the element. Now what I want to write? I want to write the username. Put in a under a value what is your application username. Now give as a my application username is BP. Let's give that and click save. And one more, I want to write the password. Now to write the password, again drag and drop. One more write stage, that is also write action. That's why I selected the write stage and double click and drag and drop the password text box and write the password and again put in a double quotation BP. This password also BP. Now here, now write underscore password. Now click on a OK. And the next one is, now again what I want to do, I want to click the login button. Now when it comes to the click level actions, like a click level action in the sense selecting a drop down, clicking the checkbox, or selecting the radio button, or clicking the button, launching the application, or terminating the application, or the closing the application. These all kind of actions will be done by using the navigate stage. Now I want to click the login button. To click the button also, I will use the navigate stage. Double open the navigate stage and drag and drop the login button under the element and select the action called click center. Now always the actions will differ based on the element. Now whenever I choose the master application element, I was getting the launch terminate application under launch and terminate, this kind of action. But whenever I choose the button, I will get the different option where it's like a click, it's like a double click the center and like that. Now click the center, I want to click on that particular button. Now give the name as a button click and save, click on a OK. Now how I can link this? Now I have a start here and I have a end here. How can I link it? Now I will link by using the link stage. We have a link stage. By using this link stage where I will link it. Start to launch. Now launch to write, and again write to the right username to right password, and again the right password to the button click, and again the button click to the end stage. Like this I will link, and again click on a save. Control S. Do the Control S. Now whenever you do the Control S inside the Blue Prism or in a Process Studio or in the Object Studio, it will ask you the summary. Now why you are doing the changes, whatever the changes you have made to the particular object. This is for like a developer reference. Whenever you done the multiple times save. Now if you want to find the difference between the first save and the second save, what are the changes you have done, based on the description whatever you provide here, based on that you can able to identify. Now give the name, give this like a now application launch and login, save, it will get saved. Now I want to execute this. How to execute the solution? Now basically we will now right click here and now select the set next stage. We'll use the right click and start, and we'll select the set next stage. And what it means, where I'm going to set the my starting point in the Object Studio as a start. Now click a F5. You have the option to click a F5, or you can click this go button. And in this go button, where you have the 3 different types of speed. Now whenever I click this F5 or this button, automatically it will start running. Now you have a 3 different types of speed, where you want to run the fast, or you want to run the normal, or do you want to run the slow. Let's select as slow. I want to execute the slowly one by one stage. Now go and click the button. Now if you click this button, now where it started, it will launch the application first. Okay, already it is in a launch. Wait here. Now what you do, reset and close this one and do it. Now right click, set next stage and click on the login button. Click on the run button, set as a speed slow, and click this button where it will launch the application first. It's launched the application, loading the application. After that it will enter the username in the text box. Okay. There is a error thrown by the Blue Prism. Why it is thrown means I will explain. Now just reset it again. Reset this again and run one more time. Set next stage and you have selected a slow. Okay, run. F5. I'm clicking F5. Launch the application and it enter a username and it enter the password and it will click on the button. It's click on the button where it is entered into the application. Now why it was thrown error earlier? Why it's thrown a error earlier? Why it's thrown the error means now you can see that now as soon as the page load, as soon as I launch the page, now you can see what I am doing here. The first stage, I am doing the first stage as a launch. After launching, immediately it will go and write the username. Immediately it will go and write the username. But what is happening in this scenario where my page is not loaded completely? Where as soon as my application launch, the page is taking a time to load it. Taking a time to load. Now after some time, where my elements are appearing on the screen, where my elements are appearing on the browser, username text box, password text box appearing after some time on the screen. That's why where I want to wait some time. But my Blue Prism will not wait. Like where it will go launch, immediately it will go for the writing the username and immediately it will go for the writing the password. But where it's not able to identify the element of the username. Why? Because the page is not loaded. What I want to do, I want to wait some time. How I can wait it? How I can wait to launch? Now let's take a static time. Now you know that your application will take 10 seconds. Your application will take maximum 10 seconds to load it. Maximum 10 seconds to load it. Now what I want to do in in the stages. Now launch and the login. Launch and the writing the username. I want to wait the 10 seconds. I want to wait after launching, after executing the stage called launch. It should wait 10 seconds here. After waiting 10 seconds here, it should go to the writing the username. How I can make to wait? Again, you have a direct stage called wait. You have a direct stage called wait stage. Wait stage. If you drag and drop this, now if you open this wait, double click on this wait, double click on this wait. Now if you open this, now you can see the time here. You can see the time call. Now let's think as it. Now I am taking a 10 seconds. Give as a 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Now 10 seconds. Click on a OK. Click on a OK. Now where you have a, now what you do? Now go to the first, come to the start and launch the application. After launching the application, go to the wait, go and wait the 10 seconds, go and wait the 10 seconds. After waiting a 10 seconds, where it will come timeout. Timeout means I given as a 10 seconds. After the 10 seconds, where my execution will come to here, timeout. After timeout, where I want to go to write the username, where I want to go to the write the username. This is like a static time. This is like a waiting a static where more than 10 seconds where it won't, where it will not handle. Only whenever it is a 10 seconds where it able to handle it. Now what you do?
కొంచెం పనున్నా
Now run this.
పనుంది పని మీద
Can you hello? Can you please unmute?
9:09కి కానీ 10కి కానీ పాదొక్క 10కి చేయలేదు లేకపోతే.
Maniteja, please keep it unmute. Okay. Okay. Now here, now I am going to, now you have a start stage. Now what you do, right click on it and set next stage. Set next stage and F5. What it will happen, whenever you click F5, it will go to the launch and it will launch the application and it will wait 10 seconds. After waiting a 10 seconds and it will go to the timeout and then it will go to write the username. Write the username. Let's click F5, where it started running and it will launch the application. If you go to your code, you can see it's waiting here. It's waiting here. Now once it wait, where it will come to the timeout. After timeout, where it will go to the launch. Now timeout is done. Where it will come and write the username and write the password and click the login button. Click the login button. Like that it will do. Now as I told always, now you can change the name. Now what you do, right click and rename it. Rename like a login, launch and login. Launch and login. Launch and login. Okay, click on OK, and and right click now. Now, as I told, always, always we call the objects inside the process. Why? Because whenever you deploy the solution to the production, you cannot deploy the objects. You cannot deploy the objects. And again, one more thing. Now, when it comes to the project, in your project where your two different applications are involved, now you are going to automate the two different applications. Now, in that scenario where you would have created two different objects. If you have a two application, you have to create the two objects like this. Now, whenever you create a two different objects, now how you can map it that two different objects? How we can map it? That mapping will be done in the Process Studio. Now, let's go to the Process Studio. Let's go to the Process Studio. Now, if you go to the Process Studio and create a one process called now
Yeah,
application.
hi Kiran.
Tell me.
Yeah, Kiran, as you told about the weight, so it is a static weight. Like
I will
if
come again
the
back to the
element is
dynamic weight. I will come back to the dynamic weight later.
okay,
Now this is the static I
okay,
have explained. I will come back to the dynamic also. Okay.
okay,
Now everybody, if you have any questions, please note down where I will explain. We will spend the 10 minutes end of the session. Every day we will follow the same thing. At the end of the session, you can raise all the questions. I will answer for that. Thank you for everyone. Okay. Now, what you give? Give the process name. Give the process name like a application. Now give the like a process automation underscore one and click the next. Always my Blue Prism will ask about the name and the description. These two things are common everywhere. Whatever the stage you use, whatever the process you create, whatever the object you create, it will ask you the name first and it will ask you to the description. This is the application automation process. Okay, finish it where you have the process automation underscore one. If you open this, now this is the UI of your Process Studio process. There is no much difference between the Process Studio and Object Studio. There is only there is a two difference between the Process Studio and Object Studio. Where now by using the Object Studio, I can able to interact with the application like as you log into the application, and when it comes to the Process Studio, you cannot interact with the application. Where if you want to interact with the application, you have to use the Object Studio. You have to use the Object Studio. By using a Process Studio, where you cannot able to interact with the application. Now again related to the actions. Now later I will go to the actions. Now let's explain here the process. Now you have an object. Now you can see in a object the default pages are initialize page, cleanup page, and the action one. But when it comes to the process, in a process the default page is the main page. The default page is the main page. Now as I told, I will call the objects inside the process. Now what is the objects? Now inside object I have a actions. This is the login and launch is the one action, and again I have a action 2, action 3. Like that I may create the multiple actions. Now to login and launch I have created one action. Now like I want to do some data entry after login into the application. That I will create as one more action. If again I want to extract some data, I will create as a one more action. Like that I have multiple actions. When it comes to the Process Studio, where I can able to call the actions of the object, where you cannot call entire object at a time. You can call the actions of the object. Now as I am telling, I will call the action. Now how I can call that action? Inside the process means where you can see you have the one stage called action. This stage is used to call the object action pages. Now if you drag and drop this and double click, and you can see here the business object, and you can see the action. Now what is our business object? Now let's see our name of object. Now you can see application 2 underscore object is our business object name. Now go here and application 2 underscore object. Now here okay, now you can see action. Now how many actions do you have here? You have a 3 actions. One is login and launch, and one more is the action 2, and one more is the action 3. But why it is reflecting only one action in a drop down? Why? Because now whatever the actions you published, you only publish the login, you only publish the launch and login action. That's why only the one one action page is reflecting under the particular object. If you publish this object 2, if you publish the action 2, if you publish the action 3, it will reflect in the under the actions inside the action stage. Now let's go with, now select this and name it as a same name, launch and login action underscore action. Now click on a OK. Now connect this. Okay. Control S, save. Okay. Now click F5. The same thing will run. Now whatever you have run by using the Object Studio, the same thing can be done by using the object. The same thing, whatever you have run in the Object Studio, the same thing can be done by the Process Studio. Now right click here and set next stage and click F5. What happened? It will start it here and it will go to the login and launch. What we are calling here, we are calling the object. My Process Studio will go to the object and it will call the whatever the actions you have made under the action login and launch. Now let's run this. Click F5. Now where you can see it's launched the application, and after 10 seconds where it will go and enter the username and password. Why? Because that is given inside the Object Studio. Wait for 10 seconds. Now where it's enter the username and password and it's log into the application by clicking the login button. Now let's see the difference between the objects and process. Let's see the difference between the Process Studio and Object Studio. Differences. Now the main difference is the application modeler. Now you can see here, if you open the Object Studio, this is my Object Studio. In an Object Studio where you can see the application modeler here. But when it comes to the Process Studio, open the Process Studio as well as, now you can see here, you have the Object Studio. Now you have the now you can see you have the Object Studio here. You have the Object Studio. In the Object Studio where you can see the application modeler here. But in the Process Studio, where you doesn't have the option called application modeler. Why we use the application modeler? Application modeler will be used to interact with the applications. Now all interacting with the applications actions will be done inside the Object Studio. Now this is the one main difference between the process and the object. And one more difference, now where you have a initialize page and cleanup page inside your Object Studio, but those won't be available inside your Process Studio, and you will be having a main page inside the process. Now in a process you have the main page. The same main page won't be available inside the Object Studio. This is the one more difference between the pages. Now again the difference between the stages. This is the main part. And differences between the stages. Now you have here the object and you have the object and you have the process. Now you can see in an object, now you have the pointer, you have the link, and you have the block, and you can see the read, write, navigate, code, write stage. These five stages won't be available inside the Process Studio. Why it is means reading in the sense I am going to read some data from the application. Writing in the sense I am going to write something on the application. And navigating means where to launch the application, or select the drop down, where click the radio button, or click the drop down, click the checkbox, or click on a login button, like that. And when it comes to the code, I want to write some code, and again the wait stage where I want to wait for the application load and all, something like that. And again these are the five stages mainly used for the related to the application. That's why where you doesn't have the application modeler inside the process, as well as you don't have the stages related to the application and all. Now in terms of stages, these are the five stages where you will have in the Object Studio. It will not be available in the Process Studio. And again there is one more additional stage inside the Process Studio. That stage is not available in the Object Studio. Now when it comes to here, where you can see the alert, inside the process studio. This is available inside the process studio alert, but the alert stage won't be available inside the object studio. Object studio, where you cannot see alert stage inside the object. Now let's see about now. Let's see the now each and every stage. Now what it will do the each and every stage. You have the, as I am tell, we have seen the difference between the stages and what the stages will do. What the stages will do. Stages will do. Now you can see now the first one is the pointer. Now if you want you can write down. If you want you can write down the points. Now what the each and every stage will do. Now you have the pointer stage. Pointer will be used like a cursor. Now it's the pointer is like a cursor. Now again you have the link. You have the link stage. Now why we use the link? Link will be used to connect the two different stages. Now where you can see you have a navigator stage, you have the wait stage. Now how we are connecting from start to launch? By using the link. By using the link stage, where you can connect the two different stages. And why? What is the use of block? What is the use of block? Now you have the different stages. You have different stages you are using in your solution. Now what I want to make some of the stages as a group. I want to make some of the stages as a group. Now I want to make the username login, username text box and password text box as a one group. What I can do? Let's drag and drop the block. Let's click on a block and select the region. Now here, now it will make as a one block. It will get highlighted with the different colors. Now where you can go, here you can choose the colors also. Where you can choose the colors for that particular block. Just it's like a for the designing purpose, not for any coding purpose. Just it is like a designing and appearance purpose. Now where I can give as like a username and password text box like this, where you can give the name also and you can make the different colors also. You can use the multiple blocks in your solution. Now again the read stage. Now why we use the read stage? Now read stage will be used to interact with the application, whatever the elements we identified by the application modeler, and to extract the data. Now read stage will be used to interact to get read stage will be used to get the data from the application. Now by using the application modeler, element. Now when it comes to the write stage, why we use the write stage? Write stage will be used to write data on the application, to write something on the application. Write stage will be used to write the data, to write the text, to write the value in the application by using the application modeler element. Now again the navigator will be used to click the buttons to launch the application. Now navigator will be used for launching the application, terminating the application, or closing the application, or like a clicking the buttons, or like a selecting the drop down list, and selecting the checkboxes, and selecting the radio buttons. Like this, these are some of the examples with the navigate stage. And again we have a code stage. Now by using a code stage, where we can write the code inside the object studio. Now what kind of code we can written? What are the languages can we write? Means we can write three languages. We can write the three languages. Those are C#, or VB script, or J#. We can write any one of these language in all the objects. C#, VB script, or the J#. J# is nothing but the J# is like a the J# coding syntax will be like a Java syntax, but it will work for the .NET framework. Okay. Why we don't have the other languages? Why we don't have a Java? Why we don't have the Python or some other language? Why we cannot write that coding? Why we cannot write that coding? Why we cannot write that means this is the applications is developed by using the .NET technology, where they use the .NET and C Sharp and the .NET framework to develop this application blueprint. That's why where you cannot write the other language. Only you can write related to the .NET, related to the .NET. And again, when it comes to the coding point of view, where you no need to worry about the coding, will not write the coding inside the Blue Prism. Only 1% in 100% where you may write in if you have 100 projects where you can see the in a one project the coding part. In remaining projects where you will not be having any coding under. Okay. Now again the wait stage. Now wait stage is like a to wait now to delay the wait stage will be used to delay the time in between two stages, in between two stages in between two stages. Wait stage will be used to delay the time in between the two stages. And again, when it comes to the wait stage, you will be having a two things. One is the static wait and one more is the dynamic wait. One more is the whatever we have seen, that is the static wait, and where we can do the dynamic wait as well as. Okay. Now again, I have the process. Now process will be used to now how you are calling. Now you have called object inside the process the same way you can call the process inside the object, but as a part of best practices, we never call it, this will be the very rare scenario we may do that. But when it comes to the very rare scenarios, we will do that, calling a process inside the object. But when it comes to the best practice, always we have to call objects inside the process. We should not call process inside the objects. But we have a future. Now, when it comes to the pages, where we have the stage called page. Now, what you are doing basically, you are calling the objects inside the process. Now, where you can do what you are calling these are the pages. Now, action 1, action 2, action 3, these are the pages. For suppose if you want to call action 2 inside the action 1, inside the login and launch, where you can use the page. Now, this is like a whenever you want to call the object actions inside the same object actions inside the same object, then you can use the page. Calling the other action inside the same object, calling the other action of the same object, calling in the same object. That's why where you can use the page option. And again, where you have it now, if you see the one example here, now if you drag and drop, where they can create a reference to an existing page, already you have some pages, and click a next. Click next, where you can see you have a launch and login, you have action 2, action 3. For suppose if I want to call the action 2 inside my login, now I am in a login, now login and launch. Now if I want to call action, where I can select this, finish it, and where you can see action 2 is coming in a action 1, where you can put here and you can connect like this. That is the use of the page stage. And again, you have the action. Now what we have done by using the action inside your process, you are calling the object. Object inside the process by using the action stage. The same thing can be done by using in a object studio also. If you want to call any other object action page, where you can use the action stage. And again the decision. Now why we use the decision? Decision is like a if condition. Now where you can put like a what is the result will be contained for the decision. Now true or false, where you will be having a two option true or a false. Now by using a decision block, where you can put the conditions, now again the choice. Now when it comes to the choice, now decision is like a just you can put the one condition. Now if you want to put the multiple conditions, now where you can use the choice is nothing but like a switch statement. Where you might be having a different directions. You have a one decision where you have the different directions for the multiple decisions. in that scenario where you can use the choice, choice is nothing but the multi-decision. Okay. And again, now if you see the one example, if you see the one example on the choice, now 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 for suppose I have a one like a variable we call as a data item. Now for suppose you have a data items, let's see first data item, and I will explain the choice with the example. Now first delete this. Now go to the new action page. Okay. Now you have one stage called data item. Now data item is nothing but it's like a variables. Now where in a Java or a .NET or a Python or any other language where you can create the variables like a string variable, where you can create the number variable, where you can create the float variable and all. Now if you open this data item, you can see the types. You have a types of data items. For suppose I have a number. I'm giving as a a or like a account number. Say suppose ACC account number. Account number is there. My account number is some like a 11212, and initial value again. Okay, click on it. Okay. Now I have like this where you can create the data items. Where you can create the data item is nothing but the variables. Now what is mean by choice here means when it comes to the choice. Now whatever the input account number, I am going to get the multiple inputs. Now like what is the input, I don't know. For suppose if you open the decision, now I am not explain complete thing, later we will see. Now give us a data item. This data item is now give this. Now like a now the account number 1, 1 2 3, and add one more, and account number 2 3 4 5, and again one more, and account number 3 4 5 6. Now for suppose now the input for this choice is now where you can see a three different directions, whenever it become first one, whenever it become the now here I will give here the choice name. Now whenever your first one become true, whenever your account number become 1 2 3, where it will go to this direction. Whenever account number is equal to 2 3 4, where it will go to this direction. Whenever account number is equal to 4 5 6, where it will go to this direction. Like this, where you can put the in one stage multi decision. That is use of the choice. We will see in a real time how we will do in a later. At that time you can understand in detail. Okay. Now again we have the calculation. Now when it comes to the calculation stage, now the calculation stage will be used to calculate the anything like related to the mathematical actions, like now for suppose related to the numbers, if you want to do some addition or a subtraction in your project, any numbers or values, that it can be done by using the calculation stage. For suppose if you want to do the related to the string operations like concatenating the data or finding the length of the string, or like making the uppercase or the lower case, or replacing the value like a string operation, that can be done by using the calculation. You will be having a predefined functions, you can use that. Now if you see here calculation stage, you can see the functions. Now where you will be having a dates related, now converting the to string, converting the to date, and like that, where you will be having all kind of functions. Now you can see the logic where the number is greater than or equal to, like this logics also can be right, where you under the numbers where you have the addition, subtraction, division and all. And when it comes to the string operation, text like finding the length of the text, and like making the lower case, making the uppercase, and like this, where you can do the all kind of replacing the value inside the string, where you can do the by in the calculation stage. Now and again you have the one more option called a multi-calculation. Now what is the use of multi-calculation means? By using a multi-calculation, by using a calculation stage where we can do the single calculation. But if you want to do the multiple things calculation, now where you can do the multi-calculation. Let's take one example. For suppose I have a 1 plus 2 assigned to the data item called a B. Like I have a two variables called a and B. Now I want to do the addition and I want to assign the result to the C. Where I can do by using calculation. Again, I have a one more thing, like I have a E and F. E I have a value called 5 and F I have value called 10. Now I want to assign that value to the G. That value to, now like here I am going to do the two calculation. A plus B1, now E plus F1. Two kind of calculation. Now I cannot do the two calculation in one calculation stage. That can be done by using a multi calculation. That can be done by using a multi calculation. Like that, whenever you have the multiple calculation, you can choose the multi calculation. And again, you have the data items. We have seen already the data items means it's like a variables. It's like a variables. Now, if you want write you can write the types of variables, types of data items, where you have the date, time, flag, number, password, text, time span, image, and the binary, and now where you can see here after the data items where you have the collections. Now whenever it comes to the single value can store into the data item. But you have a multiple values, you have a list of values like array, you have the values in a rows and columns. How you can store and where you can store, that is called a collection. Now again, when it comes to the data items, in a data items only you can store the one type of value. Now now only if you want in this data item only you can store the text. If you select a number, only you can store the number. You cannot store the text. But when it comes to the calculation can store. When it comes to the collection, in my collection can store any kind of values, any type of value. It can be a number, it can be a string, it can be a float, any type of values I can store under the collections. Now again I have a loop. Stage. Now what is the use of the loop stage? Now loop stage is not to create a loops. Now where you have the while loop, for loop and all inside the coding. But this loop is not like to create the loop. Only the loop stage will be used to loop through the data whatever inside the collection. Now basically if you have a single data, you have a single item, if you have a single variable, how you use directly you can use that. But if you have a collection will be contain multiple rows and a multiple columns. But now what you want to do, you want to use the multiple rows item one by one. Item one by one. How you can get that? By using a loop. For suppose if you drag and drop this loop, and you have a one collection here. You have a collection called collection one. Now if you open this, where you will get an option to choose the collection. Where it will loop to all the collection data, where it will go first time first row, second time second row, like that until unless finish all the data inside the collection. It will be keep on looping here only. Loop start, loop end, like this. It will keep on looping until unless finish the data whatever contains in the collection. Okay, and again the next one is if you go here, you have the note. Now the note is nothing but like a comment. Now when it comes to the any coding, what we will write the comments for the code to understand for the developer reference. Now the same way by using the note where you can write the comments. It's like a comment, writing something not for the development purpose. Now where you can connect like this, that's it. Like that, this is also one of the stage, but it is a note, but it's a comments. Now again you have the anchor tag. Why we use the anchor? Now basically, why we use the link? Link will be used to connect the two different stages. For suppose I have my design like this. Suppose I have my design like this. Now I want to maintain one line. Now where you can see I am coming from launch to wait, and wait to I am going to timeout. From timeout to I am coming like this here. But this looks like somewhat ugly. Now I want to make it a structure. I want to come here like this, and I want to connect like this. Or else I want to come here and like this and like this. I want to make it as a design. The anchor will be used for the designing purpose. Now delete this. Now what you will do? Take the anchor here and keep one more anchor here. And what I can do, I will use anchor will be used to connect the two links. Now whenever you want to connect the two different links, I will use the anchor like this from here. Now you can understand. Now from here to I am coming here to, instead of connecting directly like this, I am making as a one flow. I am making as a one flow where I am doing like this here and again coming here and coming here. To connect these two links, these link and these link, what I am using a anchor. I am using a anchor tag, anchor stage, anchor stage. And again you have the end. You have the end. End stage is not like for any development purpose. Again, one page. Now this is the action page. This is the action page. The same will be available in a process also. Every page can contain multiple end stages. Every page can contain multiple ends, but every page should contain only one start. That's why where you cannot see anywhere the start. You cannot see anywhere the start stage, but you have a end stage. Why? Because where you can have the multiple ends, but always it should be the one start. One start. Now again you have a exception, recovery, and resume. Exception, recovery, and resume. Why we will use the exception, recovery, and resume? Now these three stages are these stages are connected each other. Now why we use the exception, recovery, and resume means for the exception, for the error handling purpose, where we use the exception, recovery, and it is like a try catch blocks. It's like a try catch block. Whenever you get any exceptions inside your code, any errors, how you will handle means you will handle by using these three stages. You will handle by using a exception stage and recovery stage and a resume stage. Each and every stage have the individual feature. We will see that later what is it means. Now again it will come, this we have seen all in the process studio. All in the process studio. When it comes, all we have seen the object studio. Now when it comes to the process studio, the same thing again, the whatever the stages we have available, the same stages available, whatever contains in the object studio, the same stages available in the process studio as well as process, except the 5 stages. What are those stages? Well, what are those? Read stage, write stage, code stage, navigate, and the wait stage. These are the 5 stages you will not have inside the process studio. But when it comes to the remaining all stage, will be done the same actions, same use, whatever you are using inside the object studio. There is no different functionality. Whatever the functionality features you have for the each and every stage inside the object studio, the same functionality available inside the process studio as well as. Okay. In tomorrow session, I will explain about the. I will show the examples on each and every stage. In tomorrow session, we will see the examples on each and every stage in tomorrow session. Okay. Any doubts till now?
Yeah, hi Kiran.
Yes, tell me.
Yeah, so in our Object Studio, you explained action. Could you explain it again? Use
What?
of action.
Use of
Object
action.
Studio.
Okay. Use of action, like a, now why we use the action? Now you can see why I use the action inside my process. Now I'm using here one action stage. Now why I'm using action stage here?
No, not in action.
Hello?
Here I got it, but
I will explain. I will come to
Yeah,
that. I will come to that. Now, why we are using a action stage inside my process to call the object? What you can see here, you are selecting the object and you are selecting the action. Now, as I told, always we call the objects inside the process. To call that object inside the process, where I will use the action stage. Now, the same action stage available inside the object. The same action stage available in the object as well as. Now, why we use this action stage inside the object means whenever you want to call some other object action page. Now, however, you are calling this object inside the process. For suppose you have a object 1 and object 2. Now, object 1 you are calling in a process. The same way, for suppose you want to call object 2 inside the object 1. That time what you use? You use the action stage.
It,
I'm clear?
it means we are calling one application to the another application.
Yes, it's like that.
Object means.
Yes. But when it comes to the best practices and all, where we will not call object inside a object. Always we have to call the object inside the process. The very rare scenarios where we may call the object inside the object. When it comes to the best practices, we should not follow this. But we have a future to do that. Okay. Any questions? Okay. I'm requesting to everybody, please drop your email ID, contact number to my mail ID. Email ID and contact number to my mail ID, and as well as if you are using a different WhatsApp number and different personal number, drop both the details to me. Why? Because from tomorrow I will share whoever is going to attend the continuous classes. I will create a one group for the all the people as a batch, and I will share the details from tomorrow onwards. The session, the class details. Now drop your details to my mail ID. My mail ID is, I am dropping in the chart. Take it from there. narakirankumar@gmail.com. You drop your details in this format. Mail ID, WhatsApp number, and the this, just drop these two things: your mail ID and the WhatsApp number, and personal number. If you have a personal number, Okay, I'm going to the end the session, and if you drop your details, drop your details from tomorrow onwards, I will share the session. I will share the class details in the WhatsApp group. I will create today night a WhatsApp group for everybody. Okay, thank you everyone, and as well as I will create a one drive in the Google, and I will share everyday class videos, as well as the documents related to the Blue Prism. Whatever the concepts we are discussing, I will share the documents related to those concepts. Okay, thank you everyone. I'm going to end the session. Tell me.
Yeah, would you explain any project after the end of this session?
No. See, I'm going to start with the project only. Now, this is a very high level view. I'm after
No. For while we are going for interview, they will ask.
I will explain it.
And resume format also you will provide?
Sure, I will provide it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Bye everyone. I'm going to end the session. Thank you.